In this presentation, I'll be talking about the key components required for a client to be able to connect to a network and access its resources. The first thing I will talk about is the devices required. The first type of device I will talk about is the workstations. These are devices that the users use to directly connect to the network. The picture on the left is of a server which is used to provide services to the users on the network. The picture on the right is of a desktop which will be used to access the services provided by the server. Another device would be a router. The router is used to allow the workstations to connect to the internet by routing traffic. It is a specialized device, which means that they have their own processor, RAM, hard drive, and other key components. You can see information about the network using the routing table that it provides. The next component I will be talking about is the switch. The switch is another specialized device, but this is used to connect multiple devices together so that they can transfer data between each other. They can be expensive as they have so many ports which allow for many different devices to be connected. The next device I will be talking about is a wireless access point. This is used to allow devices to connect using wireless signals like radio waves. It is commonly used in homes for easy internet access, as a password is the only thing required. The next type of components I will be talking about are connections and cabling. The first connection I will talk about is least dedicated line. It is commonly used by organizations as it can support very high speeds, and as they are expensive, they require a valid reason for its use. Another connection is wireless. Wireless connection in homes usually uses the standard 802.11. It is useful as it means that there are less wires involved in the network, which means for easier setup and maintenance. It is used in homes as it is much easier to connect to, as it is a few clicks away on whatever device you are using. I will now talk about different media types that are used to connect devices to the network. The first media type I will talk about is Cat5e or Cat6. Cat5e is a short distance of 100 meters, which means it is cheap to buy and very easy to install and use. It is usually used in home or office as it has a short range, and it is durable and can support speeds up to 1 gigabit per second. Cat6 is nearly the same as Cat5e, but is more expensive as it supports up to 10 times more speed. The next media type is more expensive and better in multiple ways. Fiber optic has a distance that can reach up to kilometers long. This means that it can be used to connect multiple LANs together. It is very delicate, which makes it more expensive as it can be hard to install, but it does not get affected by weather. The next type of connections I will talk about is mobile technology. This is usually used on the go as it is used on handheld devices. There are two types I will talk about. These are 3G and 4G. 3G can support speeds up to 384 kilobits per second when the person is not moving, but this speed gets worse as they get faster. It allows the user to connect to the internet by using phone signals like GSM. 4G is used the same way as 3G but supports from 100 megabits per second to 1 gigabit per second when not moving quickly. The next topic I will talk about is standards. There are multiple standards used within the network. These range from 802.2, 802.3 and 802.5, which are used within cables. 802.11 is used in wireless connections. Bluetooth/802.15 is used for short-range wireless connections. 3G and 4G is used for wireless connections but for mobile. The next topic I'll talk about is software. The different types of software used within networks are as follows. Network operating systems, which allow you to manage the network and who has access to what. Client operating system, which the user uses to access the network and its services, and application software, which gives the user direct access to services like web browsing and emails. The next topic I'll talk about is the security. Security is needed within the network as it can get corrupted by viruses, which can lead to the network not working. Antivirus software will be used to prevent these viruses from harming devices within the network, as they aim to eliminate any malicious software. Firewalls stop unauthorized data entering the network without permission. This can help as it protects the network from malicious data. It also prevents sensitive data from leaving the network without its authorization.